Baltimore, is that watching Josh Tomlin pitch tonight, I feel like watching one of my kids like on stage, like in their first or second grade little holiday play. Love Josh dearly. What a good dude. What a good man. I don't feel that he should be on the mound again this year in a starting spot. The Indians have no choice right now with some dead arms. So all I know is this, I wish him nothing but the best. Sure, he's an Indian, but he's a guy, too, that has been throwing batting practice for pretty much after he racked up 11 wins, and they went by quickly, and I want to thank him for that. I want to thank this gentleman for making time for us today, Mr. Nasty Nestor Aparicio. Nestor is with, as I told you, WNST in Baltimore, and to boot, good dude. How are you, brother?
Don't tell lies to the people of Cleveland like that. Come on.
If you were a Jag, I'd say right now, I like the guy personally, but you're going to dislike him because he's, no, you're good. Are you coming in for the game, bro?
I am coming in for the game. Yes. We, my wife is coming with me actually.
Oh my gosh, God bless Jen Strong. Big hug to her.
Yeah. This is her first road trip since the second battle with leukemia. So, we're looking forward to it. We'll be at the game on Sunday, and doesn't look good for the Browns, huh, Munch?
Well, you know what, bro? Last Sunday, what's the old Who song? Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Here's the thing. It's not going to be a panacea, a cure-all, with Josh McCown coming in at quarterback. People forget, yes, indeed, he's 18-39 in his career with a 3.16 winning percentage.
Beat us. That didn't stop him last year.
No, you know what? And I had the Browns, I know, homer show boy that I may be, but I had the Browns winning anyway on Sunday because, bro, when are you going to find your offense? You sure didn't find it Sunday, although you can tell me you didn't need it.
You know what? I would say this with the Ravens. It's obviously a thing in motion at this point. They had so many guys in the game that have never played together, right? I mean, Perryman, and now he's sort of disappeared here again this week, and we don't know. I mean, he's an incredible mystery because he was such a highly touted guy. Didn't get on the field at all last year, wide receiver. You guys are familiar with draft picks not getting on the field, right, Munch?
Oh, that is our middle name. You know that.
But I mean, Steve Smith was coming back and didn't play at all in the preseason.
That guy.
Oh, how can you not love Steve Smith,
right?
Let
me ask you this. In Charlotte, he used to, the team always stays at a hotel the night before. He used to throw a ball cap on backwards, get a backpack, throw a change of clothes in there, walk from the hotel to the stadium. He used to let people know, here's where I'm walking. Dude, this gives me goosebumps. There'd be 20, 30, high school kids, college kids, walking with them, just BSing with them. How cool is that?
Brian Billick used to walk from the downtown Hyatt in Baltimore about 14 blocks on game day. He did it every single game. Yeah, and fans would yell, and he would literally walk through their tailgates, and they would see him, and they would yell at him, and they'd yell, hey, coach, and he'd wave back, and he had his briefcase with him. He'd be in his suit, and he learned to take a security guy. So it was him and, he had a security guy, and they walked. That was what they did. So Billick did that for years and years. I'll say this about where the Ravens' offense is, because we were talking about wide receivers. Mm-hmm. Dennis Pitta catching his first ball in a couple of years. Big heartwarming story. Talk about great human beings. Dennis Pitta is that guy. It's also Joe Flacco's best friend on the team, and all of that. So we had issues. We have a left tackle that was starting his first game ever. We had a left guard who was starting his first game ever, both draft picks this year. So, there's a lot of things happening. The issue is running the football, Munch, and they did it really well. When the ball coach who's now in Denver with a ring was the offensive coordinator, Gary Kubiak, who really designed offenses around Justin Forsett. Forsett ran it well. I still think he can run well. One of the smartest runners I've ever seen, one of the most patient guys, and a guy, not smart, but reading when the seam, when the hole's going to hit, and the timing part of that sort of, a ballet of how to hit holes and, turn something that might be 2 yards into something that's 6 yards. I mean, 2nd and 4 is a lot different than 2nd and 6, and Forsett was great at that. He's getting the ball, and I know you guys are familiar with Terrence West. I know you and I talked about him when he was here at Towson. He's trying to get himself, onto the straight and narrow and keep into the good graces of the coaches and be a team guy. And there, there's a fit here, and they have a kid named Dixon that's going to come back, and next time we see him, he'll probably be playing. But there's a lot of guys on offense. We lost Ben Watson. Flacco hasn't been at full speed, but he looks good and healthy. I think the defense is faster to the ball, Munch. You'll see that this Sunday. This is a better defense than you've seen from the Ravens last week.
When I see the cornerbacks doing what they did, I'm thinking, my gosh, you got to go after them. So you're telling me that Alex Lewis, the young man from Nebraska, will start at left guard again this Sunday for the Ravens?
That's the word, yes. I mean, he's been playing well. John Urschel's the other guy who has been at that position, hasn't played a lot, has had some injury issues. I don't think Alex Lewis played poorly enough to not play.
Brother, I want to tell you this, too. When I look at the defense, and I know what Timmy Jernigan can do, but they talk about the real mad dog at a meat market. He was never Mike Junkin. I want you to know that, even though the Browns claimed he was. You got a young man on your team from Glenville High School, Willie Henry, that played at school in the state up north, that when he gets a shot, watch out, because he's going to be one of those guys, and you heard about the proverbial bowling ball covered in razor blades. He is him. What about Elvis? Has he left the building? Will Dumerville be out this Sunday?
That's a mystery. And, Harbaugh's very, very coy about all that. And honestly, Dumerville announced last week that he wasn't playing. I can't think of anything that would, piss off a Harbaugh, any of them. Jack, Jim, John, Jackie, the sister, any of them, more than announcing an injury ahead of time. And there certainly was some thought that, what's Elvis doing? He's trying to get on the field. Look, Suggs is back on the field. We feel healthier than we've ever been. I mean, when you look at this team last year, what you look at the secondary the last few years, how it's been depleted with injuries with Jimmy Smith and the Lee Frank injury, all of that stuff that's happened the last 3 years, we feel like not just that we're going to Cleveland and you guys stink and, you're playing a backup quarterback, all of that stuff. We feel like, hey, we're pretty healthy. I mean, at least our guys are on the field. At least Steve Smith's out there catching 5 balls, and Dennis Pitt is catching 3 balls, and Flacco's upright and looks okay, and Suggs was on the field last week. Now, I don't know what to make of him. He's getting older. We're all getting older, right, Munch?
Well, I am. Oh gosh, Nestor, you
look younger though. You look younger.
Hey, bro, I've got to hit you with this one. If you love the game of football, we all love returns. Of course, kickoff returns are not what they used to be, but punt returns. And you can go back in folklore in this great, great game, all the way back to White Shoes Johnson or even...
That was my guy. That was an Oiler now.
I can see that, man.
Hold on, moment of silence. If you're going to talk about White Shoes, that's special to me now.
Oh, then I'm in reverence on that. Or
very much in reverence.
Not that long ago, the Human Joystick with KC, and we had Ice Cube and Flea, guys like that returning kicks. I am so excited. I don't know if he can still play. But Devin Hester, I can't wait. I just hope he doesn't take one to the house to watch him get back there and get underneath punts or kickoffs. How does he look for really a gray beard? You know what?
He has looked like a guy who's done this. And again, this has been an issue here, really kind of for years with punt and kickoff return. Jermaine Lewis was honored last week at the Ravens game, and he was, one of the first great guys to do it and return one in the Super Bowl and all that stuff around here. We've had really good kick returners, but we've also had Deion Sanders and Ed Reed and Ladarius Webb and these guys that you really want out on the field 3, if not 4 downs if necessary, that you don't really want to be putting those guys out there to take that kind of punishment during a punt. I would say this with Devin Hester, and this is kind of an ode to Harbaugh. He's an old special teams coach. He loves this stuff, right? I mean, he can talk offense and defense, and he hates it. He hates being associated with special teams, but that was his gift in the league, and it was such an incredible passion for him. It's when he had an opportunity to get a guy that he believes in, he obviously believes in Devin Hester.
You know what? That's what you want in the coach. You want conviction. Brother, I am going to track you down Sunday at the least. Let me get you and the missus a hot dog or a soda and make sure I
want to take a selfie with you, man. That's what I want to do.
What's that, brother?
I want to take a selfie with you.
Oh, well, come on. All I want to do is give Jen especially a big, big hug, all right?
Well, you will find her at your stadium on Sunday. By the way, nice job by your baseball team. I mean, you were pooping on your baseball team on the way into this thing. Dude, you're in first place, and we're trying to figure it out, right?
No, not at all. I was just saying Josh Tomlin was throwing batting practice for the last 2 months. It's like, I want the kid I need him to have a good one today. I just don't like to see him embarrassed because he's good people. Guys like Winston Churchill was soiling his pants late in his career when he was giving public speeches. He's one of the greatest men in history. I don't want to see Josh do that.
Okay.
Okay, you can't follow that one, can you, bro?
I'm trying to, you know what I say, especially when I do out-of-town radio, and we're running this here in Baltimore, Munch, as you know, I always say, everybody in Cleveland is hearing me for the first time. I feel like I want to play like DiMaggio, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to give it my best at all times, so I'm with you, man. If you can't give it your best, and you can't still get them out, you should take your cap off and walk to the dugout, right?
Brother, you're a good man. I'll see you Sunday.
We'll see you Sunday.
Thank you.